Well, hello everyone. Hi, it's Deb Naylor, aka the Flying Stamper. And the video today is tips and alternate ideas for the Welcome In Paper Pumpkin Kit for June 2023. What a fabulous kit this was. I just love the card bases. They're really pretty. The colors go together really well. And the stamp set is freaking adorable. Anyway, I wanted to give you a few little tips and talk to you a little bit about some different ideas. The kit, as always, not as always, but the kit made 9 cards total. So here's one of them. And then it had coordinating envelopes, which I love. I love the envelopes. I must be an envelope freak. So this one, the only thing that I did was I did do some different words. When the kit came in, and I do this pretty much every month, I kind of look to see what my card needs are. I had no Get Well cards, so totally out of those. So that was one thing I needed. And then I needed some wedding cards, totally out of those. I've attended 2 weddings this year. And we don't get invited to too many weddings these days, but it's nice to have those already made up. Here's the second as is. This is exactly how it was designed. And then here's the third one. Now this, we had just returned home from visiting some friends and staying at their home for the last 4 days. So this is fabulous. I can send this as a thank you card. It's thank you for your hospitality. So I love that. Fits a need. So I made a couple of those because we're going to visit some more friends this summer, and I thought that would be fun. Here's the little stamp set. Love the vase and love this little floral bow and these little flower here. Never have had a stamp that said thank you for your hospitality, so I think that's awesome. If you're going to make an invitation, you're invited, you've got a friend, and then you've got welcome. So some different sentiments from what we've had in the past. And then we have a Night of Navy ink spot. And as you know, I like to just kind of label mine and store them upside down. This is an older one. I already had a Night of Navy, so I put the other one aside for when that wears out. Now, something about this kit that was pretty cool was it came with the option of, not came with, but we had the option of adding on some dies. And so these are the Welcome In dies, and I did use them in some of my projects. I'll just show you what comes in these, and we'll talk about these a little bit. So it's a 3-piece die set. It's got the vase, and then the flower fits on the flower in the die set, and then it's got a cute little leaf. And you'll see these in a few of my projects, so I'll show you them again soon. The dies are still available. I was very surprised. I just checked on that. So this is Wednesday, June 28th, and at this moment in time, they still are available. They're $6 for the set, and if you want to order it, it's 163192. Also, refills were just released too this week, and so those are available. They are $11.50, and what comes in the refill is all the consumables, so all the adhesives, basically everything but the spot and the stamp set. So all the adhesives, the envelopes, the die cuts, etc. And those are $11.50, and it's item number 163181. Remember, these items are always while supplies last, and most of the time these things do end up selling out, sometimes sooner rather than later. So if you're interested in getting a refill kit or picking up those dies, think about doing that right away. If you're local to me and you'd like to do a local order to save a little bit on shipping, let me know. I think I'll be putting an order in this Friday the 30th for a couple other people. So, okay, all right, here's what you were supposed to do with the kit. I found the kit went together really well. The only thing that was just a smidge tricky to me was getting these vases lined up. So there were a couple of different ideas I've seen posted for that. Normally I say leave them in the holder and stamp them, then they don't move around. And I did do that with mine, but it's a little bit hard to see. So lining it up was not as easy as it has been with other things. So another idea would be to punch this out and then lay it directly on the stamp. I don't have any left, but I saw some people inking it up and then laying your stamp on the back and then laying it directly on the stamp. I did do that. That seemed to work pretty well. I messed one up, so I'm going to show you. That ended up being an alternate, so I'll show you how I fixed that problem. So that was the only stuff that I thought was a little bit tricky. So you just saw this, it's a negative, and I'm going to show you what I did with this negative. I took one of the card bases and I took this and laid it on the card base, and then because I had purchased the die set, I punched out, or I die cut 2 of these. This is the Countryside Inn DSP that coordinates with this month's paper pumpkin. And then I laid them back inside the negative. And then I did a couple of circle dies and covered that up because it's a little bit larger than the vase, so you need a couple circles. And then these are just the 2 little flower dies. I stamped those and then die cut them, and then this is the label. So that's one way to use up that negative. And let me talk to you about another negative. So you have these 3 long banner things that are supposed to go with this design. When you get those punched out, then you have this long strip. So what I did was I cut that in half and then I glued it. I trimmed it off the paper that it was on. And I'm sorry I don't have anything for you to look at because I used it. But then I cut it in half and then I just layered it behind. And on this one, I also took the card base and cut it down to 4 and then 5 1/4. So I just took the card base, cut it basically in half, and then laid it down or cut it down to 4 by 4 1/4. This is a great way to stretch the kit, okay? So most people only really look at the front of a card. They don't really pay attention to the back. So you can really maximize this kit. Instead of getting 9 cards, you can get 18 if you cut these in half. I didn't do that on all of them, but I did it on several of them to kind of stretch my kit and give you some different ideas. And then, so I took one of those long banners and I trimmed it up. And then this actually was one of my boo-boos. So my inking of this one didn't come out very well. But if you turn this over on the back, then I just took the big stamp on the back side and I filled it in. I stamped twice. I got most of the vase and then I just lined it back up and got the rest of it in. So that's a good way if your images aren't coming out right with the vase stamp. Just turn your vase over and stamp on the other side. So let's see, that's about all that goes on that one. Okay, this one is another one that I didn't cut the card base in half, but I added a layer. And this is actually the Night of Navy layer because I cut this in half and then cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4. And then I dry embossed it. And then everything else is from the kit. I added some twine that was left over from a previous paper pumpkin kit. And then I just made another little label. I mentioned earlier I need Get Well cards, so I needed to kind of stock that up. I was down to 0. Okay, here's another one. So this one is the layer that I cut in half from the original card base. It opens this way. And then this is one of the long labels, and I cut that in half and then just expanded it out to give it a little layer there. And then I stamped some floral images in, and then I die cut 2 vases. Actually, these were included in the kit, sorry. And this one is this, and I just stamped it again with the Night of Navy to fill it in. So pretty easy card. Here's another one. And this one, I used the new Earthen Textures. And I just grabbed this kind of weedy looking and stamped it in the center there. And then I lined the vase up. I had a little scrap of this ribbon left. This is the Sky the 2022 to 2024 in color ribbon. I had a little scrap of that. And then this is one that I did cut the card base in half to get an extra card out of it. And here's another one. And this is actually, again, the card base cut in half, layered it on a Calypso Coral card base. And then die cut one of these extra vases with Calypso Coral, stamped it with Calypso Coral, added a couple of little leftover embellishments that I had. And then this is, of course, from the kit. And then here's another one. If you are one of my Facebook subscribers, I'm going to upload all of these to our group Facebook page, so you'll have all of this inspiration. Some of them will also be in my blog hop, the Paper Pumpkin Possibilities blog hop that goes live tonight, June 28th at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Here's another one. This one's really plain, but super simple, and I just left it blank. Or no, I didn't. I put Get Well Wishes in the inside. Just changed things up a little bit. And then when I got done, I always have a little bit leftover stuff, so I use that stuff. I just kind of make a couple cute little 3x3 cards. So I had a couple of these vases left because I played and did different things, and then I had a couple of those left, so they kind of layer up okay. And I had one of these little labels left. That's the back side of something that I stamped on. And I had some of the little Night of Navy embellishments left. And then last but not least, I have this cute little 3D project that I'm going to be mailing out with my virtual kits this month. So if you're one of my virtual subscribers, you're going to find this in the top of your kit. So I had a couple of vases left, and then I just die cut a couple of the flowers from the Welcome In dies. And then I added from the Earth and Textures. There is just really nice dye that makes kind of that, I don't know, ferny look, whatever. Anyway, this is kind of cool. And it coordinates fairly well with my little coffee and my biscotti. So that is all I have for you this month. Let's talk a little bit about the kits for next month. And then before I forget, the coordinating Countryside Inn DSP that actually goes with this kit is on sale till Friday, June 30th for $10.62. And it is item 161467. So it's the Countryside Inn DSP on sale for $10.62, item 161467. So if you're interested in getting that DSP and you want to save a couple bucks, grab it by this Friday. And then let's talk about next month. I am really excited about next month. Next month is called Fun in the Sun. It looks like it's got a beachy theme, and you all know how I love the beach. It's going to be a total of 9 cards, 3 different designs, so you make 3 of each of the designs. And it's got a fun fold in it. It's got an accordion fold in it. The ink spot will be Daffodil Delight, and of course it will always have a stamp set. So I'm thinking we're kind of seeing some sneak peeks. Maybe we'll see some shells and a crab and a starfish. I don't know. They haven't really given us all that scoop yet, but the kind of looks beachy to me. The colors are Azure Afternoon, Basic Gray, Crumb Cake, Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, Melon Mambo, and Pool Party. So that's going to be a gorgeous color combo. Okay, so I hope everyone's having a great day and you're enjoying our sun. If you're in the Pacific Northwest, it's a gorgeous day today. And enjoy summer, and I will see you next month with some more Paper Pumpkin fun. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.